Has anyone used this ProStar welding wire before? I was at my local gas supply and they had a box of this sitting on the shelf. It was 31 bucks. And I happened to be out. I usually order from online, but they had this and it was cheaper than what I could go to my Tractor Supply and get it for, so I bought it. I figured I can see how it runs. It's gonna weld the last cross member on. A couple up there just tacked on, so they need to be welded, and then it just has to weld out the skirting. So nothing super structural or anything, but I was just curious. And if they carry it, it's like maybe $2 or $3 more expensive than what I'm getting online, but if it runs just as good or better, I think the stuff I get is like Yes Welder or something. So if it runs just as good or better, I'll probably just move to buying this, because the one thing I like about my welding gas supplier is he's real good about giving us discounts. The owner wasn't there today. I saw he had he got stock of our bandsaw blades. I'm wearing a new shirt, so I'm trying not to get super dirty. For the Hercules that we're giving away, so I got to see what his number is if I buy some bulk of those. The end of this video, I'll have the video you need to go to enter to win our giveaway. It's about a $250 value. It includes a Hercules corded bandsaw, a hard case, and then some stickers, hats, mugs, some merch with our Anson's. It's a Anson's Welding and Construction logo. So now let's go there. Why did we add construction? There's a few reasons. One, when the wife and I I was doing a lot of mobile work. When the wife and I found out we were pregnant, I wanted to try to get away from that. I didn't really want to go more than like an hour away for jobs, which means I cut my customer list down because I shrunk the zone I travel to. And I also told her I wanted something that would subsidize buying welding equipment, so we didn't have to be so strapped for money, that I could pay myself a comfortable salary and we could still continue to make money to buy better and better equipment. We might buy a couple pieces of equipment before, but really the big thing is going to be getting into a new shop. That's going to be expensive. But the reason, so this is my background for those of you who don't know. When I was in high school, I did my vocational program, but I didn't do welding. I did construction trades. And the only reason I did construction trades was I wanted something to fall back on, and I wanted something to, there's always going to be houses. This was before I even thought or considered about being a welder. So originally I wanted to be a physical therapist, but I've always enjoyed working with my hands, and I thought, okay, I'll do this construction stuff because we have family and friends in the construction world, and I can work construction through college, make money, and then I could flip houses or something on the side because I enjoy real estate. So fast forward, things change. I don't go to become a physical therapist. I switch. I go and become a welder. It's good. I figure out quickly that I don't want to be a welder who just runs the same parts in a shop over and over and over again. And I like the idea of traveling and being on different jobs, but I want control of where I travel and when I travel. So with that, being a traveling welder for a company, it's a little challenging because where I worked for a while, you didn't get to pick where and when you went. You got to just go. So that wasn't working out. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't what I wanted to do in the end. So then we put our own truck together, started out on my own, and things were good. Up here we have slow months in the winter, so things got slow first winter, and it was more or less I knew more people in the construction industry than I knew people in the welding industry to get work from. So one winter we were really slow, so we started doing construction work, and the construction work, the liability's easier, more affordable, the tools to invest are cheaper, all of that stuff. Not wanting to get away from the welding, but it's a bigger buy-in. I've just started doing construction work too. So this week we painted the exterior of a house to get ready for a sale. Next week we're gonna do 4 rooms in the inside of a house on the river. The following week we're gonna be back outside redoing the exterior of a home. It's just but all of that is within like 25-30 minutes of my home. The other thing that's great with that, and I hope I explained this right, when I wanted to hire an employee for the welding, it was really, really expensive to just hire a laborer through a welding policy. Even though I didn't want them to do welding, I just wanted someone that could be in the shop and cut steel, you know what I mean? Like, cut all this stuff out and run the CNC table. Because it was a welding policy and they know it's in a welding shop, it was expensive. So we LLC'd the construction company, and to have just general workers to do work through the construction company, it's a lot cheaper. And because they are the same company, it's not 2 separate companies, it's one company. It's just 2 separate policies. It's a lot cheaper. So now we have one employee, kind of 3. It depends how you look at it. So we have someone we pay to find us jobs. I kind of count him because if we don't do the work, he doesn't get paid. We have 1 laborer, and then me and my wife. Yeah, my wife does like the marketing, and she helps like organize stuff and do all that. We were actually just talking, she might learn to run the CNC table, and we're hoping in the spring to bring on another person. Right now it's just kind of get our bearings and hit the ground running to do to be busy because it changes when you have to pay employees. Like when it was just me, if I was on a job and I quoted it wrong and I only made $100 on it, it sucked, but it was like, okay, well, whatever. When you have multiple employees and you quote a job wrong and you only make $100 on it, but then you still have to pay them their wages, it sucks. So trying to level up and ramp up jobs, and so far so good. But so you'll start seeing probably some like interior flips this winter and all that good stuff. The other thing with this is just kind of my theory, is use the current welding and construction business to purchase better equipment, to turn out products faster. Eventually the welding, I want it to move to 90%. We're just moving our products, and then use our product line to fund our real estate investments. Because we want to have, you know, like Social Security, if it's still around when we retire, which it probably will be. We want to have our retirement funds that we contribute to now, but we also want to have some healthy real estate in terms of rental property to pay us when we retire. And then there's also it's kind of up in the air what happens to the business if we sell it, close it, liquidate it, sell off client list, all that kind of stuff. But so yeah, so that's just kind of, you'll see more and more of that. My wife is working on trying to link all of our social media, so you'll probably see some of our content on like Facebook and Instagram too, which I'm excited for. I think that will help kind of throw everyone into one pool, because we have like closer to 3,000 subscribers on here, but then we have like 900-ish followers, I think, on an old Instagram account that I haven't used in a couple years, but they're all different. In fact, it's probably people have unfollowed us because we're so inactive on there. And then, hundreds of people who follow us on Facebook. So I'm hoping to kind of pool all of that. I think that would be good. It's funny, now that we've kind of been monetized on YouTube and stuff, we don't make tons, but I kind of realize it's a good means to I used to just take whatever we made and I'd put it in my retirement because I didn't really know what else to do with it. Now I'm thinking it's better to just take what we make and put it right back into marketing, because we have our own like product lines and stuff. So flatbeds, I think this is number 42 on flatbeds that we've done in the year. I'm hoping it's not our last one from the year. I have a couple other guys. I gotta connect with them on quotes. I'm hoping it's not our last one, but I'm ready to come out with my new designs. I think I have it figured out. We're gonna do a different headache rack up top, and then we're gonna do the same skirting back here, but I'm trying to figure out how to add a step here. So those are just a couple things I'm trying to figure out. Maybe it will just be a step off the side. That might look pretty sharp. It's good to talk these things out. Smokers are going to change, and we're going to also add some smaller items. I was going to try and do it with Christmas, but with the whole construction thing coming out, I don't know if it will get done by Christmas or not. So anyways, guys, don't forget, you got to enter to win in the giveaway, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers.